Do you know what a bad mixer grinder looks like? The motor smells every time you grind anything hard, the chutney jar leaks, or the round knob is impossible to turn with wet hands. And then you're stuck with it for 10 plus years. Let me help you avoid that. After 5 plus years of reviewing kitchen appliances and comparing over 150 mixer grinders available in the market in 2026, I'll help you to confidently short the right mixer grinder for your kitchen. If you're looking at Nutri-blenders or food processors instead, I've made separate videos on those which I've linked over here. With that, let's get started. The first question you need to answer before shortlisting a mixer grinder is, what will you use the mixer grinder for? For daily cooking with regular dry grinding of spices or wet grinding of idli dosa batter, you need a mixer grinder with a higher wattage and a longer continuous runtime. For lighter, more occasional use like chutneys, dips, purees, soups, smoothies, milkshakes, a smaller wattage is enough, and even a Nutri-blender would be good enough. But if you also want to chop vegetables, knead atta or whip cream, a mixer grinder will not be enough for you. You will need a food processor instead. Watch the video I've linked over here. So today I'll focus on mixer grinders for daily Indian kitchen use. The motor wattage determines if the mixer grinder can handle heavy duty grinding and how long it can run continuously without overheating. A common mistake I see people making is buying a 500 watt mixer grinder because it is cheaper and then regretting it a few months later. 500 to 600 watt is only good enough for light grinding, chutneys, smoothies, soft purees. Continuous runtime is typically 20 to 30 minutes. Buy this only if you cook lightly and don't grind hard masalas or large quantities of batter, which can stress the mixer grinder. 750 to 1000 watts is the sweet spot for most Indian kitchens. These handle dry spices, wet grinding of idli dosa batter, and can run continuously for 30 to 90 minutes. This is what I recommend by default. If it is a BLDC motor, a 500 watt BLDC motor will be equivalent to a 750 to 1000 watt non-BLDC motor. A 1000 watt and above mixer grinder is suitable for really heavy duty usage, like for large joint family cooking or if you batch grind masalas for a month. But remember, these are also the most noisiest. There has been very little innovation in the mixer grinder category in decades. BLDC motor mixer grinder is the biggest shift, with only Atomberg and Havells having BLDC motor mixer grinders today. The key benefit is that they deliver performance of a 750 to 1000 watt traditional motor at 500 to 600 watt, so lower electricity bills and lower heat generation. They also generally have more safety features like overhead protection, jar detection, digital interfaces, and also more overall control over the speeds of the mixer grinder. So, what's the catch? BLDC mixer grinders are priced 10 to 15% higher than an equivalent non-BLDC mixer grinder and are also more expensive to repair. And while BLDC motors themselves are quieter, the overall noise is still not very much lower than regular mixer grinders. Considering we use mixer grinders for shorter periods of time, the low electricity bill is not a big plus. Some users don't find BLDC motors as powerful as their 750 to 1000 watt counterparts, particularly when they're grinding hard spices. So if you're looking for a modern mixer grinder with advanced safety features to prevent spills in your kitchen, a BLDC motor mixer grinder is the right choice for you. Let's talk about the jars. Most mixer grinders come with 3 to 5 jars. In my opinion, more jars is not always better. The juicer jar in particular is not used by most of us. The chutney jar is typically 300 to 700 ml. If you cook for only 2 to 3 people, a smaller chutney jar is better. Grinding small quantities in large jar gives us uneven results. The multi-purpose jar is typically 1 liter. It's useful for dry grinding of spices and medium quantity grinding. The wet grinding jar is typically 1.5 liters. These are normally used for idli dosa batter or large quantity grinding. The juicer jar is between 1 to 1.5 liter. But if you do juice regularly, get a dedicated cold press juicer instead. Much better juice quality and much better yield. I would skip the juicer jar in most cases. You also get a blender jar with some mixer grinders like Lifelong, Singer, Prestige, YFL Blend Lab Pro, and some models of Bosch TrueMix Pro. Remember, these are not portable blenders, useful only if you're blending at home. The vegetable chopper attachment is useful for small chopping needs like onions, ginger, garlic, without needing a separate food processor. Only the Atomberg Julia and the Zenova have this. Except the YFL Blend Lab, which has jars made of food grade plastic, all grinding jars are stainless steel in mixer grinders, which is quite standard. The juicer jar and the vegetable chopper jar, when they are included, are usually made of food grade plastic. Most brands have variants with or without the additional jars. So pick the variant that most suits your cooking style so that you don't have the hassle of storing the extra jars. Now, if you're worried about mixer spills, which many of us would have faced in the kitchen, either due to overcrowding of the jar or just lack of locking, a handful of mixer grinders these days include locking jars, at least for the chutney jar. They have a click and lock mechanism that lets you grind hands-free and prevents spillage. Only the ones that you see on the screen have locking jars. Now let's talk about a few small things that make a big difference in daily use. Firstly, the controls. Round dials are hard to turn with wet hands unless it has some type of groove or texture in it. Mixer grinders with raised knobs, buttons or touch panels are easier to operate while we are cooking. Overload protection is standard across all mixer grinders. Jar detection is available in some modern mixer grinders, especially the BLDC ones. It won't start the mixer unless the jar is placed correctly. It's a useful safety feature, especially for homes with kids. Auto restart prevention is useful if you have a sudden power cut when you're using the mixer grinder. Modern BLDC mixer grinders won't restart automatically when the power comes back on. A useful safety feature. Pulse function is available in all mixer grinders. Like I mentioned earlier, BLDC motor mixer grinders are able to give many more speed controls, including a slow rotation mode that tries to emulate traditional grinding for chutneys with additional texture. Warranty in general for mixer grinders is 1 to 2 years on the product, with many brands having additional 5 years warranty on the motor. Atomberg gives a 3-year warranty on the product plus motor, and some premium models of Panasonic, Hamilton Beach and Butterfly have a 5-year warranty on the product. Pricing varies from 3,000 rupees to 10,000 plus rupees for premium commercial grade mixer grinders. The sweet spot for a good 750 to 1000 watt mixer grinder is around 5,000 to 6,000. BLDC mixer grinders cost 7,000 to 10,000 rupees. The service quality varies significantly. After doing a sentiment analysis of thousands of reviews across brands I monitor, Sujata, Bosch, Preethi, Philips have the best product and service satisfaction index. Hamilton Beach has a good product satisfaction index but average service satisfaction. In the decent segment, many brands like Atomberg and Hamilton Beach have good product satisfaction. Remember, mixer grinder service is usually done at the service center, not at home. So you have to check the service center availability in your home before you buy. With that, let's now get to my recommendation. Since there are hundreds of mixer grinders in the market, choose one based on your usage and your budget. Let's start with the most popular segment, the 750 to 1000 watt motors, which are useful for medium to heavy duty grinding. This is where I have the most recommendations. My first recommendation here is the Sujata Dynamics mixer grinder. Sujata continues to be one of my top recommendations in 2026 for heavy duty grinding with a 90-minute continuous grinding ability. Ideal for serious daily grinding needs. Many users use Sujata mixer grinders for 15 to 20 years without any issues. Next is the Bosch TrueMix Pro or the Bosch Bowl. Both of them have a very similar functionality at a very similar pricing, just different designs. Bosch TrueMix Pro is also available in the 1000 watt variants, which I will talk about later. Bosch has a hands-free locking mechanism. It also has the stone pounding technology, which gives the same texture and flavor profile as stone pounding, and the build quality is solid. Bosch mixer grinders, however, have been called out as a bit loud by users. Next, while not really between 750 to 1000 watt but giving similar performance with a 550 watt BLDC motor is the Atomberg Zenova mixer grinder. Because BLDC motors give more control over the speed and not just run at a really high 22,000 RPM speed, this mixer grinder is able to give a slow rotation mode that is useful for getting the coarse texture on chutneys or even useful for chopping vegetables without them becoming mushy. While it is comparable to a 750 to 1000 watt mixer grinder, users who do heavy duty grinding have complained about struggling with really hard ingredients like dry coconut or large bulk quantity of masala batches. Next is the Preethi Diamond mixer grinder. This comes with 3 stainless steel jars, 2-year warranty and lifelong free service. The 750 watt motor handles daily Indian cooking quite well. At a budget pricing of under 4,000, this mixer grinder gives reliability on a budget. The only long-term feedback users have is the lid becomes less tight after 2 to 3 years, which can lead to small leaks at high-speed wet grinding. The design is also a bit dated compared to other brands in the market today. Preethi is now owned by the Philips brand, which is my next recommendation. I recommend the Philips HL7756 mixer grinder. At under 3,500 budget, this Philips mixer grinder gives good value for money. The Philips build quality and reliability that comes with a 2-year product warranty and a 5-year motor warranty. Philips has a 3-jar or a 4-jar option of this mixer grinder. Like the Preethi variants, this does not have hands-free jar locking, so the lid has to be held down tight during high-speed wet grinding. My take, this is one of the most reliable budget mixer grinders today from a popular brand. It has been part of my recommendations for a few years now. Next is the Morphy Richards Icon Superb Mixer Grinder. This comes with 4 jars, including a juicer jar. The overall finish is better than equivalent Butterfly or Bajaj models at a very similar price. The 750 watt motor is able to handle standard cooking tasks quite comfortably. You should be aware that the service network is weaker than other brands that I have recommended, and this only gives a 1-year warranty compared to 2 years by most other brands. And lastly, if you're on a budget, then the Butterfly Smart Mixer Grinder under 3000 is the right choice for you. This mixer grinder comes with 4 jars, including a juicer jar, and also has a 2-year warranty. The juicer jar though is highlighted by many users as the weak link in this mixer grinder. Low yield, pulp in the juice, and hard to clean the mesh. The service network for Butterfly is better in South India compared to North. The smart name is a bit deceptive though. There is nothing smart about this mixer grinder. It is quite standard compared to other mixer grinders. Now let's do the 1000+ watt segment, which is useful for heavy duty grinding. First is the Sujata MG03 mixer grinder. This is a newer upgrade to the new Sujata Dynamics. The 1000 watt motor runs at 24,000 RPM, the highest in this segment, and it continues to give a 90 minutes of continuous grinding time. It comes with 4 jars, including a 1750 ml blender jar with an integrated coconut milk extractor, a unique feature for South Indian cooking. The MG03 also has a self-drainage system to prevent water accumulation and to protect the motor from spills. The main catch is that this is noticeably louder than other 22,000 RPM motors. Next is the Panasonic mixer grinder that you see on the screen. This is a 1200 watt motor, powerful for all heavy duty cooking tasks. Its 3-jar configuration is slightly different from other mixer grinders with 3 jars. This has a chutney jar, a multi-purpose jar, and a blender or juicer jar. The multi-purpose jar is specifically designed for dry grinding of larger quantity of spices. The jars are locking, which is a big plus. Next is the Preethi Bolts mixer grinder, which comes with a 1000 watt motor with 4 jars, including a blender jar. This is for you if you want serious grinding power with Preethi's reliability, long-term durability, lifelong free service, and one of the best service networks in India. The 1000 watt motor is able to handle bulk masalas, dense idli batter for large families, and large smoothie batches without strain. The catch, like I mentioned earlier about Preethi, some users have reported the rubber gaskets on the jar lids loosening over time, leading to small leaks during really high-speed wet grinding. Next is the Bosch Pro 1000 watt mixer grinder. This is a 1000 watt variant of the Bosch TrueMix Pro mentioned earlier. Same hands-free locking jars, same stone pounding technology, and the same solid German build quality. The 1000 watt motor makes this suitable for heavy duty daily Indian cooking. You should be aware that the Bosch service network is also better in metros but a bit patchier in smaller cities. Next is the Preethi Blue Leaf Titanium 15.0 mixer grinder. The only mixer grinder I have compared that has 7 jars. So it is suitable for those who want a fully loaded mixer grinder that covers every need with a dedicated jar. The titanium coated blades are more durable than standard stainless steel blades. My take, most of us would not use all of these jars. Better to go with the Preethi 3 or 4 jar variants that I mentioned earlier. Lastly, the most powerful mixer grinder on my list, the Panasonic Element series mixer grinder with a 1500 watt motor rating. It comes with 4 jars, includes 3 stainless steel jars and a juicer extractor. The warranty is strong at around 2 years on the product with 5 years on the motor. It also has safety mechanisms that don't allow the mixer to start without the lid being aligned. Some users find this cumbersome though, as it is too strict. Go for this only if you have heavy duty grinding needs frequently. This can be too powerful and too loud for regular use. Lastly, the least powerful and most budget segment, the under 600 watt motors. This is suitable for basic entry level use, not for heavy duty grinding. My recommendation is to consider the 750 watt segment and above as a minimum. My first recommendation here is the Usha Rapid Mix mixer grinder, which stands out with a warranty of 2 years on the product and 5 years on the motor, the best at this price point. It has a 500 watt copper motor with 3 stainless steel jars. Build quality is more solid than other budget mixer grinders. Next is the Preethi Crown mixer grinder. This is an entry-level Preethi mixer grinder at under 3000 rupees. The biggest reason to pick this is the Preethi reliability and build quality. The jar is smaller than other Preethi mixer grinders. The chutney jar is only 300 ml as opposed to 400 ml of the next Preethi mixer grinder I recommend, the Preethi Diamond, which is also more powerful at a slightly higher price point. Next is the Bajaj GX1 mixer grinder. This is a 500 watt mixer grinder with 3 stainless steel jars at a budget under 2000. The main reason to consider Bajaj over other budget brands is their service network, one of the most widely available service networks across tier 2 and tier 3 cities. The build quality though is plasticky and only comes with a 1-year warranty. Lastly, in the 500 watt segment, I recommend the Butterfly Hero, suitable only for light mixing tasks like chutneys and smoothies. Being only 500 watt, using it for heavy duty tasks means that users have complained about it heating up in less than 5 minutes. Now a Nutri blender will work better for you and take less space if your needs are smaller and more for smoothies, protein shakes and single serve grinding. If you need vegetable chopping, atta kneading and cream whipping, in addition to grinding, a food processor is the right pick. I've made separate videos on both of these, which I will link somewhere here. If you found this video useful, share the video and subscribe to become part of the 2 lakh plus community that trusts us with their decision making. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.